Feel like I ain't seen everybody in a while, man. You know, leave the country, come back. Stuff make you mad when you go over there. And then you come back here and it make you more mad. Make you more mad. So listen, definitely happy to see all of y'all and to see everybody's face. And then I know the men, they still at camp. They out there doing their thing. They say it turned up in about an hour ago. I said, no, stay out there. You know, we ain't got to go to camp in a while together, so hey, enjoy. But so we gonna jump right into it. You know, first of all, brothers, y'all good today? Everybody good? Yes, oh, praise. Sisters, y'all good? Yes, all right, it's good to see y'all. Now we got that out the way. Y'all don't get mad at me now. Don't get mad at me, turn on me. Because we're going to talk about the women today. We are going to do so. We've had a lot of stuff in our congregation, likewise overseas also, dealing with a lot of the women. That is, I think in one of y'all Titus 2s, one of the captain's wives actually mentioned how y'all got to get in order, because if y'all husbands is traveling, sometime, like how you gonna get to go if you ain't in order? Because you have some sisters, a lot of sisters overseas need a lot of help. But I'm gonna give y'all a story though. Before we jump, I'm gonna give y'all a quick story. So this is about last year. I don't think I told everybody this, but if I did, just sit through it one more again. So listen, we was in Liberia last year. And a sister and a husband, they had been married for a little less than a year. We actually saw their marriage online. And so they was going through some hard times and stuff like that. And so the brother, one of the sisters, actually had mentioned, that they was going through some things and stuff like that. And so she had then begin, you're supposed to be in the honeymoon phase. She had then begin to not have sex with her husband. And she thought that this was right. But she didn't really have another sister there to really correct her, to build her up in that area. So whenever leadership tell y'all, when that's why you see some of the women going to these locations now, it's because they're going to build those sisters up in these other locations. Because a lot of the attention that we get here in the States from upper leadership, y'all get that attention from the leadership wives and stuff like that. We tend to take that for granted, not knowing that in other places they don't have that. So make sure y'all get yourself together. But I got another story. I ain't gonna tell you where this one was. I got another story. I ain't never seen this in America, and I don't think I will ever see this in America. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I might. So we had a sister in another location. I ain't gonna tell y'all where this story came from, where the husband and her, he wasn't working. He had actually lost his job. And when he lost his job, what he had done, though, before he lost his job, he paid the bills for the whole year. He actually did that. He actually paid the bills for the whole year. And then about midway of that year, mind you, he already paid 12 months worth of the bills already. And then he lost his job in month 5 or 6. The woman got mad and didn't feel like she needed to submit to him or have sex with him because he lost his job. So of course, as the story came in, it comes to us because they ask us, what would you do? What would you do? But they told us the whole story. So you got the sister that literally thought that was legit. But then after class, because it was a class brought out about their situation where they was at, and that sister stood up and she actually, like, you know how you do classes locally and you feel like it might be about you, and sometimes it is. And sometimes it ain't. The shoe hit you when it was thrown, that's all. And so the sister stood up and she raised her hand. She said, leadership, can I speak? This is what was told to us. And the sister stood up And she apologized openly to her husband in front of everybody. It didn't take for her to get stood up. It didn't take for her to go through a major council. It didn't take for none of that. And she said that he ain't never got to worry about his oil change not happening ever again. You ain't gonna hear that in America, man. You ain't gonna hear that in America. I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy. Overseas, of course. This was not in Babylon the Great, because in Babylon the Great, sisters over here jacked up. Sorry to say, it is what it is. So, you know, that was something that I will forever remember that. I'll forever remember that story, because I was like, man, we have not seen that in America. Not yet. Right. So the class title today, and everybody got quiet. Sisters, y'all still good? All right, it didn't sound the same that time. Brothers, y'all good? All right, so we, look. Deal with you, brother. It's okay, sisters, it's okay. This is going to help you. So listen, it's some things I was getting reports on while I was actually in Trinidad. So I went this year, I was in Trinidad and Tobago this year. So for Passover, and Officer Marshall was in Sierra Leone. So it's a beautiful trip. Me and him definitely talked a lot about it. So, but while we was away, we did get some reports. Got some reports. So we're going to, all of these ain't from here, just so you know, but some of them are from here. And we ain't going to say what it is or who. Just bear with us. All right, so the name of the class today is Women, You Must Be Godly Too. AV team or broadcast team, like, heck yeah. You guys, 3 single brothers over there. They like, you got the right. They got to be godly too. All right, so it say, women, you must be godly too. All right, and the reason why I named the class that is because all over in the different schools and stuff like that, we getting a lot of reports of sisters wanting to prove, sisters are proving, marriages and things like that, and that's of all ages. We know like the ladies in waiting and stuff like that is only for a certain age group. I know they cut it off. I think it's at 40 now. Am I right? It's at 40. So it will be next round. If you're over 40, they won't let you go into the program. But that don't mean you can't get married or prove in the body. That just means you can't go through that particular program to do so. That's all. That does not mean you cannot get married. And I know a lot of women got discouraged by hearing that or whatnot, thinking, well, I can't never get married. Nope, that's not what that means. That just means you can't go through that program. It's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of sisters and stuff like that. And the technology and doing all the stuff on your phone or on the laptop, you know, some people may be tech savvy, some people may not be tech savvy. And the older that, you know, people get, more than likely you may need that extra help to do all of that. So I don't know why they cut it off, but it was cut off at 40. But that would have been one of the thoughts because I do know that has been seen, is that some of the older women are not tech savvy to turn in their homework and stuff like that. So I ain't saying that's what it is. That's just one of the things I could see it being. All right. So now you have, like I said, the reason why I came up with this was because of the fact that all age groups on the sister side, if you're single, they want to be married. But I'm not sure that they're all knowing exactly what men are looking for. A lot of women think they can do it their way, and men have to accept you for how you are, and that is not how that goes. That's not how that goes. Y'all are listening to the wrong people if y'all believe that. Y'all are listening to the wrong people if you believe that. Think about it. I just got this today as we were sitting up here talking. You had, because you got Adam and Eve. In fact, let's read that. Let's go there. Officer Benaiah, let's go to 1 Timothy 2:14. Read that real quick. I'm going to show y'all something.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 15.
Go 14. Start at 14, I believe.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Who was deceived, brothers? Who was deceived? The woman was deceived. Eve was deceived. Adam was not deceived. He wasn't tricked. And in Babylon, a lot of our women are being tricked. That doctrine of y'all are equal, or you don't need a man, or you don't have to submit, submission is slavery and all of that. You're being deceived once again. So now you believe that it's something that is not. So then you'll go against your husband for whatever your reason may be in, or what have you. And then, or while you're proving, you think he's supposed to match you.
Hell no.
You're supposed to conform, or not match, because y'all are supposed to be a match. Yes, compatible. But conform, you think he's supposed to conform his mind to your mind. That's not in the Bible.
Right.
It actually says the woman is. Matter of fact, let's get that 1 Corinthians. I ain't got that written down. 7. Is that what I want, or is it 14?
14.
Yep, it's 14. That is what that's right.
1 Corinthians.
No, 11. I'm sorry. Go to 11. Chapter 11 and 8.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8.
Let's go.
For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
Go ahead.
Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
So if the woman was created for the man, that means you are to conform to him. So when y'all want to be going through the proving process, sisters be acting like, you know what, well, he don't want to do nothing I want him to do. He ain't your goddamn husband. And when he is your husband, he probably ain't going to do what you want him to do.
Right.
It's got to be the other way around. A lot of times women want men to do what they want them to do, and then they act like, well, they want to argue, be loudmouth, all those different things. That's not how that's going to go. It's not going to work. Just so y'all know, that's why the title says, women, you must be godly too, because men reading the Bible today. Shalom.
Right.
Men are reading the Bible, so we can identify you if you evil. Versus when you was in the world, those men couldn't tell if you was good or not. Just like you couldn't tell if you actually knew if he was a good man or not. You actually knew. But men, we so simple, we be like, man, I ain't got time to be looking into all this stuff or sitting up here getting caught up in all this subliminals and all of the games and all that. We don't care. That's why once you show us your hand, it's like, all right, you showed it to me, now I'm going to make a decision. While before, you could have hit it. Versus in this truth, though, you can't do that. Now we can see. We're reading the Bible, and the Bible tells us what you must be to match what we trying to go to. So if men are trying to be godly, there is no way he going to marry an ungodly woman. That's not going to happen. All right? So let's get the first video. Let's get the crazy one with the baby daddy lady. Unfreaking believable. I just got mad looking at it already.
Whoa, no. Where's the $8,000 you took out of the account?
D, I had to give it to Eric.
Give it to him for what?
Well, we gotta take care. I mean, we
No, what for?
we have to bail him out.
Bail him out.
I have kids to take care of, D. I mean,
No, close the door. Start the car back up. Go get my $8,000.
I don't have the $8,000.
Why you don't know? You need to go get it some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. Go get my money.
I mean,
You ain't been contact me. What you mean?
I mean,
Go get him out.
That's my kid.
Oh, Marcy, he don't want to do it out in these streets. Why are you going to get him out of jail?
I mean, we gotta make
No.
sure our kids.
Close the door. Start the car up.
It's no
Go
way
get
that I
the
can
$8,000. You need to go make it or something. You gotta go make it. I need that back in my account ASAP. Well, you gonna do something today? Ain't nothing
Stop
else
right
you
there.
can do.
We good. That's enough. Because he just going back and forth. Because this would have been over with long time ago. So this sister took $8 grand. She had a relationship with her brother. took $8,000 to go bail her baby daddy out of jail. Huh? Didn't tell him a single thing, or none of that. And that right there is what men in the truth, we can see through a woman like that now. So if that's the kind of woman that you are trying to be in her, and you thinking you're going to deceive men, that is not how that's going to go if your goal is to be married in her. And it don't matter what your age is. It don't matter. Men are reading the Bible. We're being taught exactly how to see women if they are this way versus that way. And a lot of women think this stuff is a game in her. We got men, a whole lot of men that are trying to get their life right. And you got some women, you got a lot of women trying to get their life right also. I ain't gonna say y'all ain't. But you also got some that come in here with the sole purpose of getting married, and that's it. You're not trying to really fix yourselves or learn what you're supposed to do to please the Lord. Let's go and jump into it. Ecclesiastes 7:26. Let's read that verse. Read this one all the time. All of these we read a lot. But I figured we need to talk about it since it's been a little while. Go ahead. At least here it's been a little while.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
That's what you just watched on the screen. You watched a woman that is worse than death. She is snares and traps. That dude will forever be in debt if he stay with that goddamn woman. Right. She will run him in the dirt trying to deal with another man. If a man stays with a woman like that, that's what's gonna happen. Hold where you at. Let's go to the next video. Nah, I want the next video. Get that one.
Prison are there over a woman.
Oh, yes, they are.
We did this thing where we would be talking to a lot of inmates. And one time we had about 60. We broke it down. And everybody in there realized the root to why they were in prison was from a woman.
Some men think they girls gonna wait for them.
You can stop it right there. Go back just a little bit to where you see Michael J. White. Right there. Hit play.
And one time we had about 60. We broke it down. And everybody in there realized the root to why they were in prison was from a woman.
Some
You
men
can stop.
think they girl.
So that right there said the reason why most men, shoot, they did 60 and all of them was in prison because of a woman. That was the only reason, that was the root cause of all these men in prison. 60 men is what they said they did the study on. 60. And all 60 of them come to the conclusion that the reason they were in prison was because of a woman. And then the men that's trying to get themselves right, they come into the body, they not going to jail for you for no dumb stuff. It's not happening. That's not happening. Read that verse again.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman.
The woman is worse than dead. So a man can't even be, these 60 men don't have no freedom. Now they get told when to eat. They get told when to shower. They get told when to go to sleep. They get told when to go outside. They get told when to come inside. All of that. That's worse than death for a man. A grown man, that's worse than death. But we will have sisters in the body that will also cause a man to live in prison at home. You won't listen to him. You want to argue with him. Every time he tell you to do something, you got a problem. And then you say, that's just what I'm dealing with. That's just so hard for me. No one cares. Right. Men do not care about that. Shoot, we got women that'll bluntly lie on their husband. Will come to leadership, come to the table. Shalom, Most High Christ bless. Husband get up here and he like, oh God, here we go. When my husband's this, and this. And then when we ask her, what did you do? I did nothing. When the scriptures don't say you did nothing, the scriptures say if you evil, you got an evil husband also. So if he's evil, that means you evil. Read that scripture again from the top.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26.
Let's go.
And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Her hands as bands. You clamp a man down to make him feel like he in prison. And a lot of women will do that. A lot of women will not humble down to their husband because they feel like they don't have to. But then expect for him to go do any and everything for you. Your hands are like bands to that dude. That dude is not happy. That's like he climbing that sandy hill. Go ahead.
Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her.
Read that part again.
Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her.
Read that part again.
Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her.
Hey, listen up, brothers. That scripture say if you got an evil wife and you doing what God said, it say you will escape from this kind of woman. It didn't say how. It didn't say how. And you sisters, it don't say how.
Right.
So God could put you to death to free him.
Message.
Or your behind done committed adultery and hid it and God reveal it and it'll free him. Or your behind fall out the truth completely or the Lord take his spirit from you and you freaking leave. He's commanded to let you leave. Like I've always said, because a lot of us come into the truth and we got children and things like that. From whether it be from previous marriages or what have you, or the wicked stuff we was all doing. And we come into this truth and we had to literally forsake everything to come in here. That also meant we was okay with being put on. Some brothers had to make the decision. Hey, if child support is the thing, I'm keeping these commandments. It is what it is. I'm doing that. So if a man would do that, what make you think he won't leave you if you evil? If he'll leave his own kids or make that sacrifice to come into this truth because he's not able to see his kids, he's willing to be put on child support, to go to jail if he missed one payment. And then you think he gonna marry you and you gonna hang on to him being a nigga? That's not gonna happen. Negro, I gotta say Negro for the YouTube. I don't know, they might cut us. I don't know what they gonna do. But a man that will leave his children like that makes the decision to come into this truth and to do what the Lord says, he will leave you. If you evil, he won't even fool with you. You don't got a shot to hang on to that type of man.
Right.
Because he's already left everything. So he'll do it again just so he ain't got to deal with another evil woman again. He will do it. Read that verse again. Read that one part. No, go ahead. Read it straight through.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26.
Go ahead.
Come on.
And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Go ahead.
Whoso pleases God shall escape from her.
Read.
But the sinner shall be taken by her.
That's what Deacon brought out. Like 2 weeks ago? He actually brought out how women actually love the men when they out in the world because y'all got control over them.
Right.
Because they simps, because they evil. You can manipulate them.
Beta.
You will rather... Don't say, don't make me laugh, bro. You gonna have me up here call me, make you laugh. Don't make me laugh. So you got men that come in and they go from being, while they out in the world, you're able to get them to do what you want them to do. They'll run through a brick wall for you, even though you evil. The moment they come into the truth, I ain't keeping them commandments. I ain't doing that. Mind you, he took care of you out there, and then when he come in here, you don't want to listen to him.
Bruh.
You actually preferred the beta. Because that alpha man, he's not playing none of those games with you no more. That man is not messing around because you are no longer number one. And women hate that. If you are a godly woman, you must understand you will never be number one to a godly man. Never. God is number one. And he will sacrifice any and everything to do what God said. Matter of fact, let's go to Revelation. We will prove it.
Revelations chapter 14, verse 4.
Go ahead.
Come on. These are they which were not defiled with women.
Meaning you have no control over this man. You women that come into the truth, you must understand. If you want a godly man, you will never be able to control him. If what you're telling him to do has nothing to do with God, he's not doing it. That man that you want to marry, or that man that you're married to, while he's trying to do what God said, you cannot control this type of man. Go ahead.
For they are virgins.
For they are virgins, meaning they're not caught up in all manner of sin. Go ahead.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Read that part again. These
are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
They'll sacrifice everything to go. They're going to do what Christ said, and that's it. And if you are collateral damage, it is what it is. So a lot of sisters want to be number one to their husband. There is no way you're number one to this man that we're reading about. Now, mind you, we're reading it and they're reading, the men are reading this scripture. So they're being told not to make you number one. So for you men, don't make no woman number one. You even had a woman in the Bible tell her son, don't make no woman number one. And you have women that'll read that very same chapter and say, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. Ain't no 34 chapters in Proverbs 8 times. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. That's what they say. And in that chapter, it literally told that man, do not make that woman number one. And then women will get in here and forget all that. They'll read they skip the matter. Let's go there. Proverbs 31. Let's go read it. And then we got to jump back over there. I got to go back because something just come to my mind while we're sitting here. Let's go read verse 1. Read verse 1 through 3. Here we go.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 1.
Read.
Let's go. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him.
So this right here is, who's King Lemuel, brothers? Anybody know? Anybody know? All right, let's get the mic out there. Really, really quick. Right there. Yeah, he raised his hand already. Just y'all missed him. Here we go. We got you.
It's King Solomon.
King Solomon. That is who Lemuel is. We are reading about King Solomon.
Hey.
So we're reading about the wisest king, the richest king ever. And then his mama taught him something. Go ahead, read verse 2.
What, my son, and what, the son of my womb, and what, the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto woman.
Do what?
Give not thy strength unto woman.
They said, do not give your strength. Your strength is your mind. So don't make that woman number one ever, son. That's what a woman is telling her son. Do not give your mind. Don't give your soul. Don't give yourself over to no woman. So if he's a godly man, he will not do that for you. So don't act like it's all strange and crazy when he don't, and walk around bitter against this man. Mind you, he ain't beating you. He ain't mistreating you. He just ain't doing what you wanted him to do like all these men would do in the world, because all they want is your box. That's what they want. So they going to do any and everything to get it, and then you'll give it to them, and then they leave you with the baby. Those are the men our sisters love. But the men that's trying to get themselves right, those are the ones you give such a hard time to. When the Lord told them not to make you number one. Because, remember, we already read it. The evil of a woman, well, we didn't read that. We read what's worse then death is a evil woman. Because that man is going to go through it to deal with that woman. He might end up in jail because she going to call police on him doing dumb stuff. She going to make him broke. She going to take all his money and spend it on dumb stuff. All of that's going on. And a lot of times what our women ain't understanding is that we're reading the scriptures to point you out if you don't fit the bill.
Right.
So if you're in here faking, we see you. We could see you. Some of them ain't even here.
Message.
Shoot, we done had to put a bunch of people out. And we done had to also put a bunch of people out in every location that you could think about. Because this stuff right here. Because women will not humble down to their husbands. Read on.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
So it said, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It's saying the same thing. A woman will destroy your king.
Right.
Women will destroy a man. Y'all will put that man in the grave. You will either kill him early because you ain't peaceful, or you going to help him live because you are peaceful. You got to decide what type of woman you want to be. But trust and believe, if you evil, you're going to have an evil man. That's what the Bible say. That's what the scriptures say. We're going to get that later on, but we gonna get that later on. Go back. Go back to 1 Corinthians. And I want to go to 7 this time. I want to go to... Go to verse 39. Jump straight to it, straight to the point. Let me tell y'all something. I heard this too. This blew my mind right here. Read this verse, 7 and 39. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 39.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 39.
Let's go.
The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord.
Now, if anybody in this room do not believe in the Bible, raise your hand. If you do not believe in the Bible, all praises to the Most High. Now, read that verse again. I'm going to tell y'all what was told. This was told, this was said in IUIC. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 39. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth.
What does that actually mean, sisters, that you are with that man forever until he's dead. You know, we had a sister, it was a sister in IUIC, actually say, do I have to stay with him because of a book?
Huh? Boy, ain't no way.
This is in one of the IUIC congregations now. That lets you know when people come in here, y'all know what kind of men we got.
Right.
Y'all know what kind of men we got. So when you come in here, you want him to do any and everything, and then when he doesn't, and you want a way out, then you think leadership gonna tell you some opposite of what the Bible said? We literally had a sister say that. Do I gotta stay with him because of a book? But everybody says, remember, brothers, everybody's shalom, Most High Christ bless. And they bow down their head to you. They put their hand over their chest, and then they smile and blink real fast, and then you start getting googly-eyed and stuff. While in the meantime, all of them ain't right. Just like all of y'all ain't right. But don't think just because every sister in the congregation is here that they right. For a sister to be here, and I can't remember how long she was congregated, she was here for a while. She was in IUIC congregation, I think it was like 5-6 years. And actually said, do I have to stay with him because of a book?
Bruh.
As though we don't believe in the Bible in here or something. Like, what's going on? That's a true story, by the way. That is not exaggerating. That's exactly the words in that report. Brothers was shocked. Brothers had to ask that joint again, like, oh, wait a minute. Said multiple times. It was multiple times. That's some crazy stuff. You can't make this up. All right, go to Go to Sirach 25, 24. It's like I said before. We were not, the woman was deceived. And y'all are being deceived today. That is why some of the things that y'all are doing, that is what y'all are doing. 24.
Sirach, chapter 25, verse 24.
Go ahead.
Come on! Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
So through the woman we die. Because y'all are easily deceived, we die. Because what's going on in the earth today with women being told what is the feminist movement and all of this stuff, that being submissive to a man is slavery. All of the, what's the little comedian lady that was talking about, what would you say to a woman to get married? Don't. And then, but then you'll have women in the truth. Yeah, put that on the screen. Put that on the screen. Because our women today that's in the body, this is what we looking for. We looking for women that want to submit. Men are not looking for a woman that does not want to submit. The women that submit are the ones that get married. I ain't gonna say it ain't no, it is some crazy situations out there. But that's why we got the different programs in place and things like that, because we want to see more happy married couples in the body of all ages. Of course, 20 and up, because ain't nobody getting married if you below that. But you'll have during teenagers want to run outside and things like that too. And then think that that man is supposed to just take you as you are. No, you got to do a lot of work to prove you're not that person no more.
Right.
Just like every man that walk in here, we all got to prove we're not that same man we used to be no more. And we got to prove it to ourselves. Go to 1 Ezra. 1 Ezra chapter 4, 22. Y'all gonna let me get away from all these videos I done wrote down. I done skipped like one or two of them already. God, almighty. All right, it's all right. We gonna put them in there somewhere.
1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 22.
Go ahead.
By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you.
So this right here is what Zerubbabel stated. So it was a competition, 3 different people, and they was asking like, what has dominion over you? And of course his answer was women have dominion over the man. Go ahead.
Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?
And that's now in this manner is being said in a negative way. That listen, don't you go and do, like you got the dope boys. Don't they sell drugs to get money to get the girl? Don't they go out here rob and steal to get the girl? Don't they go out there and do all these different things for an evil woman to buy her whatever she want? That's what he's saying. But also likewise, in the truth, a submissive woman, a man will also do this for her. But he gonna do it lawfully. He will also go to work for you. He will get up every morning to make sure you have what you need because you submitted and made sure that everything that he has, he needs. Everything everything he wants, you give it to him. Not no bitter spirit of, I'm a slave if I got to submit and cook for you. What in the world is the goddamn problem? When you need to go to the hospital, he got health insurance for you to go. You get sick, he taking care of you too.
Right.
You ain't walking in and clocking in every day. He do. And when you get sick and tired of your job because of his job and because of him being the man, it's safe as if you do that, because I've seen that before. You got both people working, husband and wife, and the wife has the freedom to quit when she feel like it. That's not because of her doing. That is because of his.
Right.
Because she knows that I ain't dealing with these people talking crazy to me. Well, quit, babe. That's what he'll say. Quit then. I got it. I pay all the bills. You quit. And you find you something else. So she'll go happily to work. I ain't got to listen to y'all. I'm out. But that man can't do that though.
Right.
He got to take all of the racism, all of the nonsense and disrespect from everybody else to make sure you straight. But if you dealing with it and you doing what you supposed to for him, he'll make sure you can quit.
Message.
That's what this is saying. So even though this in this manner is talking about the fact how it's in a negative manner, but even a godly man will make sure his woman is straight if she do what she supposed to do. But a lot of times our women don't understand that. Don't give it a turn. All right. Let's go to I got another one. So I had to write this quote down. I had to write this one down because I ain't want to forget this one. We've had in congregation, we've had a lot of sisters get put out due to adultery or just flat up just not wanting to do what they supposed to do. But you'll have sisters that will sit among the body and then claim you'll give them the scenario about, you know how women are. Y'all don't want to take accountability for nothing. You give them the scenario. What if your husband or another sister in the congregation, we'll use that way. What if another sister in the congregation was talking to a sister, another woman, and the conversation was inappropriate? He said that they were in the back of a vehicle or they was kissing or what have you, but he didn't have sex with her. Would you believe him? She said no. She said no, I wouldn't believe him. If there was another woman that did that to another man, wouldn't believe that either. I said, so, if that's the case, well, what about you then? Because we've seen these reports. It's like, well, because like you say, these reports come down, and as officers, we get asked, what questions would you ask for this? And I said, I'd be like, well, what did you do? If she did it, if she did the same thing, I would literally ask the question the other way around. Like, if he did it or if another woman did it. And the sister responds back, yeah, that's adultery. Then you turn around and ask your sister, well, what if that's your situation? Because we're reading a whole string of inappropriate conversation. You've admitted to kissing. You've admitted to being alone. And now the husband believes you committed adultery. Is he right to think that way? Guess what the woman said? No.
You niggas are crazy.
You can't make that stuff up. If it's someone else, for whatever reason, women get it. When it's them, for whatever reason, y'all don't get it. All of a sudden, you become the exception to the rule or something? Like, what are we doing? That is what be going on in different congregations, and that is what be happening when brothers be trying to do the work, and then the sisters be sitting there sitting idle, not doing anything, not wanting to talk to nobody. They don't want to get counsel. They friends in their circle is any and everybody else. And then they get caught up in some stuff. Not understanding, we already read the scripture. If he's trying to be godly, he will escape from you. God is going to give that man an out. Because you're going to be found to be that liar. And then he's free to go. Now you got to sit there and watch him go on by his life, all because you want to mess it up and lie, because you would rather be in your sin thinking that he has to stay with you while you out here committing adultery.
Right.
Matter of fact, let's go to the scripture you read earlier just to make sure. Jeremiah. All praise to the Most High. See, you was in the spirit. I ain't even got that written down. I ain't even write it down then. Because a lot of sisters in the body think, well, if I got to stay with him, then he got to stay with me. Well, unfortunately for you, that is not the case.
Right.
You know what I want? Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 1.
Come on.
They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
That is a rhetorical question.
Right.
It's like, yo, is he supposed to come back to a woman that's done slept with somebody else? Like, what's the world going on? That's the question being asked her. Go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, I think it's 24:4, I believe. Is that right? What a law is as well. Yeah. No, keep reading. I want verse 1, 2.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24, verse 1. When a man have taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he have found some uncleanliness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out his house.
Go ahead.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
So she may go and be another man's wife. Now, this right here was back then that if, you know what I mean, because they were able to get divorced for any and everything, for whatever. And so if they did that, that woman was free to go and get remarried. Read the next verse.
And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife.
So this woman went out here and slept with another man. She's somebody else's wife. When another woman goes out here, you think you're going to commit adultery on your husband. Read the next verse.
Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled, for that is an abomination before the Lord. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
That man can't sleep with you no more. You gotta go. So if you think you're gonna be married to a dude and you're gonna go out here and cheat on this man and you think he gotta stay with you, that's not what we just read. He gotta put you away. If he don't put you away, he gotta go. But remember, we already read that the type of man that's a godly man will sacrifice you also. He's going to follow what Christ said, and that's it. So if the law says he cannot take you back, he will not take you back. He will gladly put you away and do what the Lord said and get him another wife. That's exactly what he will do. So for y'all sisters that think you can go out here and cheat on your husband, or think you can go out here and play the harlot, thinking you can message men inappropriately, sending text messages of naked body parts and all of that crap, you cannot go back to that man. He will not allow you to come back. You are on your own, and that's it. It's what the Bible say. I didn't make it up. We just read it because that's what God said. And that godly man is going to follow this to the T. So if the Lord says he cannot lay with you again, he must put you away, that's exactly what he going to do. So when our sisters want to run the streets and do all of that stuff, it's for the streets. Go enjoy. You by yourself. You are by yourself. Go ahead. No, go back now. So we also got, like I said, we got our sisters in here that act like you get to come in here and you don't gotta be godly too. Go to John 6:63. John 6:63. Let's go there. Matter of fact, hold that. Go to Second Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 13. Let's read that first. Page still. Verse 5.
2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
So just like the man have to examine himself, sisters, y'all got to examine yourself whether y'all be in the faith. Read.
Prove your own selves.
Prove your own selves. A lot of times y'all think that, like, a lot of sisters be thinking they going to get into the kingdom. If you're married, you think you're going to get into the kingdom off your husband's coattail. If you not doing what you supposed to do, that ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's certain stuff that y'all as women got to do also, that y'all are given instruction to do in the scriptures. And if you're not doing those things, that's on you. It ain't on him. Go ahead.
Know ye not your own selves?
Know ye not your own selves. You know how you know yourself. You know if you're lying. You know if you're playing games. You know if you're taking this thing serious. Go ahead.
How that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobate?
See, we usually read this, and we only read this for men. Sisters could be reprobates too. That's why a sister can't understand that if another sister goes out here and commits adultery, she got to be put away. Well, then what about you? Nah, that shouldn't be me. That's reprobate. That you can't understand that that's supposed to be you. That's what that is. That's reprobate. Y'all understand? Oh, we good. Go ahead. Do your thing. All right. Go to Psalms 19:7. Psalms 19:7. Because like I say, look, you could be reprobate too. You got to examine yourself. Because we like when y'all come in, when sisters come in the truth and they think that they just going to get a husband, but they don't got to be godly. That cannot be the case. Hold on, what did I tell you go first? Was it John 6?
John 6:6.
Did we read that yet? No, sir. All right, let's go back there. Read that first. I done jumped down already.
The book of John, chapter 6, verse 63.
Go ahead.
It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit.
So the words in this Bible, they are spirit. Read that verse again.
It is the spirit that quickeneth.
It is the spirit that changes you. The words of this Bible are supposed to change you. You cannot come in here and be the sister that you used to be thinking you're going to get married to a godly man. God don't owe you that. God already told you, if you evil, you're going to get an evil husband.
Right.
So for whatever reason, when our sisters come in the truth, they believe they deserve a godly man, and they're still evil. They still lying. They still being idle. They still murmuring. They still complaining. And you think you're supposed to get that godly man that is out here putting their work in, going to camp and doing all kinds of stuff, trying to get himself right. And you think you deserve him. That's not in the Bible.
Right.
That's not in the Bible. God said, nope, if you evil, you deserve a evil man. That's what he said you deserve. That's a scary spot to be in when the Lord say, no. I ain't finna give you one of my godly men. Nah, I'm gonna give you one of these. Let you deal with that. And then be coming up here crying all the goddamn time. Talking about, leadership, what you doing? You ain't want to listen to counsel. You didn't want to listen to counsel. You want to do it your way. Okay, your way got you what you got. He yours. And likewise, brothers, they yours too. At that point, it is what it is. All right. Is that on that verse?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
They are spirit and they are life. So the word of God is what gives us that life.
Right.
So that's what we got to do. So a lot of times we come into this truth and we look at the Bible and we don't want to do what it says. No. We got to actually do what it says so it can help change us. So that means you cannot stay how you are thinking you're going to get a godly man. Go to Psalms 19:7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
Mm-hmm.
The testimony of the Lord is sure,
So-
making wise the simple.
Read it again.
The law of the Lord is perfect,
So the commandments of the Lord, they are perfect.
converting the soul.
Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So the testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. A lot of times women don't think they simple. Men come in, we be like, you know what? I was messed up in the world. I was evil than a mud in the world. Sisters come in the truth. I was an angel. I ain't do nothing wrong. Sisters be having records. Sisters be out there having kids, all kinds of stuff. I ain't did nothing wrong. It was the man's fault. That's how you know we simple. And that's how you know y'all simple as sisters. The Bible said y'all was simple. So when we tell you that, don't get mad at us. The Lord said you was that way. But he also said that the commandments can change you if you will allow it to.
Right.
So a lot of times when y'all going through these different proving processes or you're wanting to prove and things like that, do things the opposite of what you used to do.
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, if you ain't married, unless they have passed away and you were a good wife, you was a good man, you can't pick them anyway. You don't even know how to identify that godly man, or you didn't before.
Right.
So do what the Bible say. So that way you don't continue to look simple as you even wear the purple and gold. Because that's a simple statement for a sister to actually say, I got to stay with him because of a book. How simple can you be?
Bruh.
All right, let's go and jump down. Go to Sirach 26 and 5. Get some of the videos out the way. I done skipped a bunch now. Sirach chapter 26 and verse 5.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 5. There be 3 things that my heart feareth, and for the 4th I was sore afraid. The slander of a city,
That's one.
the gathering together of an unruly multitude,
Go ahead.
and a false accusation.
And a false accusation. So that's 3. So those 3 things, it said that mine heart feareth. Now, when your mind is afraid of something, that's one thing. But then this right, in verse 5 at the top, it actually said also, and for the 4th I was sore afraid. That's a different kind of fear than the first one. Let's see what the next one was. Go ahead.
All these are worse than death.
Go ahead.
But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman.
So that thing said all those 3 are worse than death. And then it said, but. I don't even know how you get worse than death. But that's what we about to read. What we about to read is worse than death. That's what we about to read. Read that verse 6 again.
But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Y'all ever seen that before? Y'all ever seen a woman that said the grief of sorrow? So you'll get a woman that her husband might have did something one time, or it might not even have been that serious, but she'll take that thing and hold it over his head for years and beat him over the head with it, with her words, with her actions. But then it also say, read 6 again.
But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
You have a woman that'll be jealous of another woman. Where a woman that's sitting in the congregation will be jealous of a husband who's the leader of the congregation. Because he says, shalom, sis, Most High Christ bless. You trying to talk to her.
Huh?
You cheating, you sleeping with her. That's what this is saying. A woman that feels that way, because women will create this stuff in their own mind and make it up and destroy their marriage because of it. Shoot, we've seen it during the proving process. Brother and sister be proven. Brother is in the congregation. Of course, he got rank. Shalom. Most High Christ bless. He in the school. Everybody know him. She want him to shut up and don't say nothing to nobody else but her. That just said at the bottom, in verse 5, in the top, it said, for the 4th, I was sore afraid of. Because like the scripture said, ain't no evil worse than a woman's evil. Because this woman, there is no boundaries that she won't go through. There is none. Matter of fact, do we got a video right here yet? I do. Yeah, go to the woman who accuses their husband of cheating. Yeah, and she got an accent, so listen real carefully. She do got an accent. Read that.
The woman is always accusing you of cheating. This is the 2 things that it means. One is because your woman is cheating. That is why she's accusing you
Stop.
of it.
That's what it said. And I've heard that before ever coming into the truth. That's exactly what be going. The woman will accuse her husband of cheating because she cheating. You know how evil you got to be what we just read, to accuse your husband and to argue with him all the time, and then you be doing exactly what you accusing him of. You know how evil you got to be to do that?
Right.
But we've seen it. Go ahead.
Especially if she's a woman, she doesn't listen, she doesn't respect you, she violates your boundaries, she talks to you anyhow, she goes out without telling you. And each time you want to bring maybe the thing she does, she will tell you you're cheating. She's always accusing you in order for you guys to be, maybe keep malice, guys like you, or always have misunderstanding or be in a misunderstanding. You have problem with her. Know it that your woman is cheating. You know what you do? Calm yourself down and investigate her. Take your time.
You can stop it. You can stop it. And then say, look, she said, hey, listen, men, if she always telling you cheating, arguing, don't respect you, don't listen, investigate her.
Right.
Investigate her. Because she doing the same thing she accusing you of. That's why this thing right here said, sore afraid. Read that verse again. Verse 6.
Verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Go ahead.
And a scourge of the tongue, which communicateth with all.
And that's what they doing. They scourge of the tongue and they communicate with all. She on social media cheating on you and everything else, doing all kinds of manner of evil. But it said that, and the scourge of the tongue. That's all that bickering back and forth, that arguing and crap. So if the scriptures is telling us this kind of woman is the one, men, you better be so afraid of. If you are that woman, what you think your husband gonna do if he godly? Investigate. He's going to find out, well, what the heck is going on? And if you be found in any of those sins we read earlier, you got to go. You don't have a shot at hanging on to that dude, because he already said he gonna follow Christ, period. And he already sacrificed everything. Now he with you. You think he won't sacrifice you. You know what? I'm better than everything he ever had. No, you ain't. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. He just love you. That's it. And he trying to do right by you. But once he feel like you ain't doing right by him, now he ain't got no attachment to you. He ain't got no attachment to you. All right, go to Sirach 13. It's right here's another one. So when these sisters out here bickering back and forth and all of that dumb crap, accusing men, the Lord said he's go back. I'm sorry, we gotta go back. We gotta read down. Read 7. Good grief. I ain't even yet. We gotta read down. Let's
Verse
read down.
7.
We'll do.
An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro.
Mm-hmm.
He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Dang. So the woman that is shaken to and fro, the argumentative woman. I ain't going to the school. I'm sick. Then on Sunday, can you take me out to eat? Then you give them the googly eyes on Sunday. Friday, you want to have your face all screwed up. You just jacked up. And you think that man is supposed to listen to you. That's not how that's going to go. Read on. But any man that hangs on to you, it said he's like he holding a scorpion. Ain't too many men going to take too many stings if they try and do what the Lord said. They ain't going to get stung over and over again. Go ahead.
A drunken woman and a gatter abroad.
A what?
A gatter abroad.
No. The top part of verse 8.
A drunken woman.
Hey, wait. Let's say a drunken woman. True, I believe we've experienced where women be drinking. Getting drunk where the bartender won't give them no more drinks. What kind of example are we setting? Read that verse again.
A drunken woman and a gatter abroad.
Because now once you done started drunken, now you running your mouth. You can't shut up. Read on.
Causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame.
Don't no godly man want no woman like that.
Right.
So if you out here drinking, what a bartender got to tell you, I'm not serving you no more. Man don't want that woman. A man don't want that woman. I ain't gonna say what I was finna say. I ain't gonna say what I was finna say. Nope. You ain't gonna bait me into it. Not today. But that's what it is. This right here has happened before. In her. Read that verse again.
A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger.
Matter of fact, wasn't it during Passover? During Passover. And we're supposed to have godly women that are supposed to be setting an example for the other people outside. And they want to get married, or they are married, and they want their husbands and them to do things for them. Read that verse again.
A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger. And she will not cover her own shame.
And she will not cover her own shame. She will not cover her own shame. Meaning it's going to be seen, and that will be a turnoff for any man that may have had his eye on you.
Right.
That's what's going on. These things happen. Read on.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks.
Because you have women that have those haughty looks all up in men's faces. Go ahead.
And eyelids.
And eyelids. You got the cumbrellas. You can't make this up. And then when somebody asks you to remove them, got issue, won't argue.
Bruh.
A godly man don't want that type of woman.
Right.
Read on.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly.
And go ahead.
Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
And some of us as parents, we got to do that. We know our own kids. We got to do that right there. Don't be worried about them. Well, they going to feel like they ain't doing nothing. No one cares.
Right.
I would rather them be alive and be straight and have a great reputation. So you know what? Sit down and shut up. No one cares. That's what we must do. Go ahead.
Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain.
And some sisters was like this when they were young, and then they come into the truth and thinking you don't gotta change that. They say I ain't saying it's these sisters here, but I've heard this saying the young hoes, they old hoes now.
Right.
It is what it is. That's what we read. Go ahead.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drinketh of every water near her.
Go ahead.
By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
So women, you cannot be that type of woman and expect for the husband that you want that's in the truth to then accept you like this. You must change the way you are. Your behavior got to change. So all of the attitudes that you used to have when you was in the world, you can't do that. You cannot do that no more. That's got to be something that you like, that's how I used to be. That's how I ended up this way. I don't want to be that way no more. Godly men are coming into this truth to do what the Lord said. And they want to also be married. Men want to be married.
Right.
Godly men understand it was not meant for us to be alone. We get it. But it ain't meant for us to be with no dragon, though. So if that's what you want to be, then you stay single and bitter by yourself. That's how godly men thinking.
Right.
So as y'all sisters are like, you know what, I can come into the truth and get this man, true. But like the title say, you must be godly too. That's a bar right there. Damn. I just made it up off the top of the dome. What it do? Shalom. It's like crazy blessing. All right. Go to the video. I had another one. Where's the video of the woman that keep, where is it at? They keep the women single? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, let's play that right there. Go ahead.
So many of my girls is out here trying to impress other women. Y'all keep on jumping from relationship to relationship, and then you got all the girls that's hyping y'all up like, yeah, I love this for our girls. Our girls are getting athletes. Our girls are moving on. Our girls are not putting up with stuff. But in the eye of a man, y'all look terrible. And then y'all say stuff like, we ain't doing it for the men. Then who you doing it for? Are you attracted to women? Because I know that if I'm attracted to a man or I'm attracted to men, I got to kind of play the book based off what I'm attracted to. Y'all are playing the game in a girl way, which is a turnoff to men. But then y'all say, we ain't doing it for the men. Then why are you dating the men? I'm a woman that like men, so I kind of got to move in a classy way if I want to attract a certain kind of man. If I'm not looking to attract the girlies, then me moving like a slut to impress the girlies is not going to fly. Me showing my body and twerking and girls saying you ate that down and clock it and all this stuff that girls are parading on is preventing y'all from finding true love because y'all don't get it. Men are not settling for the things that the girls are being.
Dang.
But whatever, man.
Yo, hey. No, all praises to the Most High. Marshall is. So listen. So what that sister just said, that a lot of times sisters are doing things for sisters. Y'all do things and talk to people that tell you what to do. Like, hey, sis, y'all doing it for each other. Men don't give a damn about none of that stuff. We out here we looking for a certain type of woman. Godly men are looking for certain types of women. And they type is going to be doing what the Bible says. That's it. As simple as that sound, that's it. So if you doing all of the extra stuff, what she said, the clocking, the dressing like the slut, the talking back, the running their mouth, we ain't doing it for men. Well, be by yourself then. And because you're around a crowd like that tell you those things, you end up in relationships, or shall I say, out of relationships that you was once in, because they ain't in them either. Single women keep other women single. Let's go to Sirach 13:15. That's what we want. Go ahead.
The book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 15.
Read.
Come on. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Go ahead.
All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
So that right there say your circle is who you is. If your circle single, you single.
Right.
If you married and your circle is single, you gonna be single next.
Right.
If your circle is ungodly sisters that is trying to tell you what to do to get a man, you finna jack all that's finna be a messed up situation.
That's it.
Because we have sisters that are hanging with sisters more outside of the body with no man, and we got sisters that's in the body with the man hanging with the sisters outside the body with no man.
Huh?
And then when you end up single, then you mess around and sound like the other sister. I got to stay with him because of a book.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because now the Bible means nothing to you, because the circle you with, the Bible didn't mean nothing to them either.
Right.
So now you match what they is. Matter of fact, even communication, they ain't got this, go there. Corinthians 13. 15, 13. What I said, 13? It is what it is. I do it all the time. Let's read that. Yeah, 1533, down at the bottom. Well, midway.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived.
Remember, we was talking about Eve earlier. She was deceived. Be not deceived. Sisters, go ahead.
Evil communication corrupt good manners.
It didn't say that it might. It say it will.
Right.
Evil communication will mess you up. So for you to think that you could be around the evil, whether they be your family, it don't matter. If your family ain't in the truth, there's no reason for you to hang with them more than you hang with the people in the body. No reason whatsoever. No one is telling you to cut your family off where you don't got to deal with them forever. It's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is, why would you be around them more than you are with the people in the body, though?
Right.
Because most of us probably come from families where most of the women are single. Most of us in here. I ain't saying all of us. Most of us. And most of the men don't want to get married because of all the experiences they've had. So then when you go to ask them, should you get married? What you think they gonna say? Nope. And now you sitting there by yourself just like them. And bitter, and mean, and hateful. And then don't no man want no woman like that.
Right.
Don't no man want no woman like that. Go to Sirach 32 and 17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
And that right there is what a lot of sisters do. A lot of sisters will not take correction. So when you get corrected, you'll turn on the person that's correcting you. And a lot of times, if you're married, it's your husband. Now all of a sudden you want to argue with this dude. And he's trying to look out for you. You want him to continue to get up in the morning, go to work, and do everything else for you. And you are running this man off. You won't even clean up the house. You want to argue with him. So he tell you, listen, don't be talking to them. That sister ain't good for you. That sister over there, she by herself for a reason. Leave her alone. Well, that's my best friend. He don't care nothing about that.
Right.
He don't care that that's your best friend. He's cut off many friends. Like I told you, a lot of men come in this truth, and they've had some of them had children and left them. And it ain't that they was deadbeat dads. They were great fathers. But they sacrificed all that to do what the Lord said. And you think he gonna listen to you on some nonsense?
Right.
He done already forsake what he loved in the world already. He already did that once before. He'll do it all over again if you're an evil wife. He'll let you go too. So whenever that be the case, read that verse again.
A sinful man will not be reproved.
So if you don't want to take that correction from that man, you want to be rebellious on that man when he's trying to instruct you on how to please him. He's not telling you how to please you. He's telling you, listen, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to watch out for you. Because this person's finna mess your mind up, and once you come in here with that nonsense, I'm going to have to get rid of you. He's trying to tell you that before he have to tell you that. But a lot of women don't see it that way. And that's why a lot of sisters end up out of the body, because they will not listen. They will not be corrected. So then you go do some dumb stuff. Now you got to put you away. Either that or you got to stay at home. And this ain't just her. Like I said, these stories I done told y'all at the beginning is from everywhere. From all over. All right? Go. What'd you say? Go ahead, pull it. You up here now? Come on. Dang, we ain't got nobody on the camera. Hold on, we gotta get somebody on the camera. We need a cameraman.
That's why I was giving it to you.
No, it's all good. He gonna tell me what it is. What is it? He said Sirach 42 and 11. Just make sure y'all cut that piece out. Or you can leave it in there for laughing purposes, whatever it may be. Sirach 42 and 11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 11.
Come on.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Go ahead.
Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
A lot of times sisters will read that and say that y'all ain't the daughter. I'm too old for this. You can't make this stuff up. A lot of times y'all will read that and completely remove yourself because you will say, well, I'm too old to be somebody's daughter. You're a daughter of the Lord. And as a man, we supposed to look out for the daughters of the Lord. So if he say, do this or do that, obey. Try and watch out for you. Go ahead.
And a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people.
Because before he got to tell you to get, you got to get put away. He trying to save you from becoming a reproach. He trying to save you from becoming the byword. You know what the byword is? Or the sound bite? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's a byword. So before you become that, a man will warn you. He will tell you, don't deal with that person. Don't do that. Because they're going to mess you up. Go ahead.
And make thee ashamed before the multitude.
And then you'll become ashamed before the multitude. That's what men are trying to save our sisters from. But sometimes our sisters don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. All right, let's get the video of the old woman discouraging the young women. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's it. Sisters, this right here, this video is crazy to me. Y'all gotta watch who y'all talking to. Y'all gotta watch who y'all talk to. Go ahead.
On today's episode of Things a Man Said That Pissed Me the Shit Bitch Off, a month ago I made a video talking about how marriage is a scam for women, turning them into free slaves for men. And a man commented on the video saying, the only reason you think marriage is a scam is because you grew up in a toxic household.
Stop.
And first of all, let me say...
So this right here, she talking real fast. She's talking real fast. So what she said was she put a post up saying how marriage was slavery. And the man commented on that saying the only reason why you say marriage is slavery is because you grew up in a toxic household. And he thinks that she's trying to push her toxicity on everybody else on social media. Go ahead.
I do think that's a very valid point. Shay, are you projecting your childhood trauma onto the system of marriage? And I think no, because I've went to therapy, I've done the internal work, I sit with myself and I question my motives and my intentions.
Stop. Y'all sisters go sit on that white man couch, y'all ain't getting no goddamn help. They do not help you. The Bible, God already told his sons and daughters how we get fixed. The Bible. He said, the words of this testimony shall make the simple wise. So we don't get fixed by going to listen to goddamn white people make stuff up. God already told us how we get fixed. So we got one of our own. Look like she might be one of ours own, no? But listen to what she about to say. She said, well, she's not projecting that because she went and sat on the couch and went to therapy. Yeah, that's a bald-faced lie. Go ahead.
I sit with myself and I question my motives and my intentions and where the feelings are coming from. And I don't think this is just because I grew up watching a shitty marriage. I think it's because I've heard and seen a lot of experiences from women and their perspectives. I listen to women from a young age, from childhood to adulthood. Every time I ask a woman, how's marriage? Should I get married? They go, hey, come here, listen to me. I'm serious. Don't ever get married. Promise me. Don't ever get married. It's not worth it. Stay single. They always,
Stop.
Every single time.
That happens. Look at the face, stop it on that. That happens in the body. I ain't saying this one. I'm not, look, sis like, what? I'm just telling you that this happens in the congregation. This is as a whole, not just, see, should have made me laugh, I start coughing. Unbelievable. No, I ain't saying y'all sisters here. I'm telling you what's going on. Sisters in the body is telling sisters don't get married.
Bruh.
Look, ain't no or, it's an and y'all going outside and listening to the wrong people. And they're telling you not to get married. So then you bring that doctrine from outside into her. And then you're only here because you want a simp brother to pay your bills and while you still lie and cheat and do everything and run the streets.
Right.
And then when he catch you, then you think he ain't supposed to put you away. Unbelievable. Go to Sirach 6:32. Because we read this for the men all the time. No, this is for women also.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 32.
Go ahead.
My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
So if y'all sisters want to learn to be a wife, you will be taught how to do so. Go ahead.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
It say you shall be wise if you're willing to listen to good counsel. This ain't talking about dumb counsel, and this is how we know. Go ahead.
Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise.
And that right there, cleave unto her that is wise. Go ahead.
Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
And this ain't talking about nothing deep for y'all sisters. The parables of marriage. Shoot. When y'all sitting in a sister circle, instead of wandering around acting like you got all the answers, how about you sit down and listen? How about y'all listen? Yeah. And the godly men that you want to marry over there in the circle. We know all the men ain't just in the circle. They in the circle like this. And then you ain't in the circle. He might got his eye on you.
Right.
And she ain't in the circle. I don't know if I want to prove her. I ain't even inquiring about her. That's what happens. So while y'all sisters are avoiding the circle, you have brothers. And look, those brothers will come up here and talk to us about you. Hey, do she always avoid the circle? That's how it be. Y'all be thinking ain't nobody paying attention. You over there like, I'm going to make googly eyes and look at them, and that's going to be enough. A godly man will look at you like you stupid.
Right.
And be like, why is she looking at me? That's how they going to be. Go ahead, read on.
And if thou seest a man of understanding.
And if you see a woman that has understanding, go ahead.
Get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
And let your foot wear the steps of her door. How about you ask her questions about marriage? You see, she enjoys being with her husband. You see, she enjoys raising her children. You see, she enjoys being here amongst the body. How about you ask her questions about marriage? Instead of going to ask your bit of aunties and them. Sometimes you bit of mamas. Sometimes you bit of cousins. Why would you go ask them when they going to give you all the nonsense and all of the crazy stuff that's out there? They not going to give you no godly answer.
Right.
They not going to do it. That's why the Lord said, go to somebody that got understanding. They enjoy the truth. They enjoy being a wife. But a lot of times, sisters don't want to talk to that person. You know why? It's because that person is going to tell you where you going off at. That person is going to be the one to say to you, you going about that all wrong. And the women that don't want to take accountability do not want to hear that.
Right.
Do not want to hear that. Go to Titus 2, Titus chapter 2, verse 3 through 5.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands.
Do what?
To love their husbands.
That right there says that's what the older women was supposed to taught this sister. But instead, they failed that sister. Now she jacked up for life, sound like. She could repent, so Lord will, she do. But she gonna need a whole lot of work when it comes time for her to get a husband. At least a godly one, if that's what she want. At least a godly one, if that's what she want. Because we ain't saying that's what they want. Because all sisters don't want that. Like we said earlier, and was talking about earlier, how a lot of women prefer their husband or whatnot be who they was before they learned the truth. Because you could then take advantage of that man. But once he starts reading the Bible, now he sees straight through you. So if you lying to him or you don't want to do what he say, he can see it right there in the scriptures. Oh, an evil woman would do this. My wife is evil. You evil. And then the women be like, no, you evil.
Right.
Leadership said I'm evil. You don't want to do this. Said, yes, it's because you evil. Huh? What do you mean? What you want us to do for you? It's his house. You got to do what he said, not what the leadership did. This is his crib.
Right.
He wants you to do this. It ain't a sin. What's the problem? What's the problem? The problem is you don't want to do it because you want to have some kind of control because you used to have it and he ain't giving it to you no more. That control has been taken. So when men read the Bible, that's what they becoming. So get your mind right. All right, go to submission to a godly man. Let's look at that one. I think I hit the button. Did I hit a button? Yeah, here we go. This right here made me mad. And I'm going to tell y'all why after a second. Hit play. Singled in a mug.
The Bible says you should be submissive to a God-fearing man. So if a man is God-fearing, no adultery, no domestic violence, none of that, right? Like a God-fearing.
Do you feel women should be submissive in committed relationships?
Well, see, here's my thing about submissiveness. In the Bible, right, because that's where it comes from. People love in the Bible. In the Bible, it says you should be submissive to a God-fearing man. So if a man is God-fearing, no adultery, no domestic violence, none of that, right? Like a God-fearing man, of course you submit to that man. Am I submitting to Pookie down the street so he can lead me to hell? No. But we don't have an environment where we can just be...
Now, the issue I got with this video, it ain't even, no, it ain't that. The reason why I got an issue with this video, she said she ain't gonna submit to Pookie and Ray Ray now. Did she ever say she wouldn't sleep with him? It's a goddamn problem. Sisters think that, you know what, before I submit to a godly man, I'm gonna go do me. Oh, praise to the Most High. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. That's what that sister just said. She'll only submit to a godly man. No adultery, no this and that. She don't even know the difference between a godly man and Pookie and Ray Ray and them because she ain't got the Bible to measure them up to. But our sisters will sometimes want to go and run the streets before they get that godly man. Not understand that godly man is going to request receipts.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. They submit to the money. And then he be going upside her head. Goddamn. I love him. He my Lord. That's what they be doing. Read that. What I say go? Did I say go anywhere?
Hebrews.
That's what I said. Hebrews 13:4.
The
Go
book
ahead.
of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4.
Come on.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
Why she ain't say, listen, in order to, like when our sisters be talking like this is who our sisters be watching.
Right.
She's single. Trying to tell everybody else how to be married / not be married.
Huh?
And then tell you, don't submit to Ray Ray and them, but you can sleep with them. Submit to a godly man. That godly man want receipts. I'm just being honest. Why do you think in ladies in waiting there is a virgin and then there is not one? That is because when men are coming into this truth, they're coming in younger. And they're coming in their virgins. And they want another virgin. So if you're not a virgin, you won't even be presented to that man.
Right.
And that man is starting off better than 90% of us because he didn't defile himself. and he also wants a woman that didn't defile herself. I would think that's fair. Y'all think that's fair? Sisters, y'all think that's fair? No, it's a little nervous over there. I don't know. Sisters looking nervous. But that's the truth. That's why there's a different graduation garment. Because that matters to a godly man. Godly men ask for receipts. That's why they go to their leadership. Is she a virgin? They be like, nah, I don't want it then because I'm a virgin. That's what happens. So a lot of times, we don't understand that. Read that verse. Go read that verse again.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
Whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. Then, yeah, it is receipts in there. You on point. Because then, when they proven, they be proven. And then y'all sisters got to give over a blood test now. The brother got to give over a blood test. Sister got to give a blood test. That ain't for none of us to see. That's for whomever you're proven to see when y'all get to that point. When that happens, the receipts might show up to be bad receipts. Now, the brother has the decision to make. You know what? I'm squeaky clean. Nah, I can't do it, sis. Now you sitting there with egg on your face. Not understanding these things are serious. Now, of course, the brother might. We like it's been stated many times before that there has been couples to have the same thing, or one has something and one don't. And they go and get medical advice on how to deal with all that, and they still end up getting married. That's happened before. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's very, very rare. That's very rare. It ain't that it's impossible, but it is rare. So in order to save yourself from the heartache of that, just don't do it. You got, because shoot, we in South Carolina, in Columbia, for those of you that don't know, I didn't know it was this bad in this little bitty town either. Compared to all these big darn gone cities with more black people, Columbia is number 3 for STDs. Like, that's with your Atlantas and all of them. No, Columbia, South Carolina winning, or losing rather, I guess you could say. 66, what is it, 60-something, 50-something%? Huh? Nah, Chief. It's 50 to 60% of black people in Columbia got an STD. So imagine you go out here playing Russian roulette with 2 rounds. You spin the dial, pull the trigger. You got a 50% chance you gonna die. That's what people really playing with out here. And if you're in any other city, for those of you that's online or whatnot, shoot, it's probably bad in your city too. Because in our communities, we got the worst. And that's what it is. Now imagine you in the congregation and you want to get married and you done went out here and done messed up. Now the next man, the dude that slept with you, you don't want him because that was Pookie and Ray Ray and them that you didn't want to submit to. Now you're going to be out for a while, then you come back. Now you want to get married. A brother take interest, and then he asks for receipts. And then the receipts ain't what he want to deal with. You just missed out. Becomes that much harder for you. So read that verse again one more time.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
And that's exactly what God has been doing to our nation, period. Let's go to the next video, because listen, sisters, this is how you got to be. Read, I want the one with the sister. Yeah, or the Edomite. She ain't a sister. She just be saying good stuff sometimes. People be mad at her online, so she funny to me. Here we go.
Respect to men is love. Like, men don't feel loved if they don't feel respected. And your job as a woman is to make them look good. Does it look good to a guy to have his girl hugging the whole basketball team, hugging the whole rap scene?
Dang. Play that again, because it was short. Play it one more again.
Respect to men is love. Like, men don't feel loved if they don't feel respected. And your job as a woman is to make them look good. Does it look good to a guy to have his girl hugging the whole basketball team, hugging the whole rap scene?
So if it say respect to men is love, who decides what love is to the man? The men. Women will tell you, nope, respect ain't love. Love is love. They'll say that dumb crap. It sound like a scoffer out on the street. You can't make this stuff up. Unbelievable. That's what happens. Sisters will try to tell a man what love is to him when, nope, men say, and I agree, respect is love. If you're not going to respect me, you hate me. Therefore, can't be with you. Don't want nothing to do with you. That's what men say. So if you, shoot, that's what the scripture been saying. Submit, respect them. Obey in all things, respect them. That's what the scripture. Matter of fact, Ephesians 5, let's go there. Yeah, reverence her husband, respect. Let's go there. Ephesians 5. We're going to start at 21.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 21.
And I started up here on purpose. Go ahead.
Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God.
And women to be over there, see, he got to submit to me too. Shut up. That ain't what that means. That ain't what that means. He got to submit to me too. He got to do what I say. That's not what that means.
Right.
That means he is to respect you, just like you are to respect him.
Right.
But then 22, here's the explanation. Go ahead. This is how men, read 21 again.
Submitting yourselves to one another in the fear of God.
Okay. So now, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. This is how you do that. This is the explanation of verse 21. We're going to read down. Go ahead.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
There you go. Submit to your husband as unto Christ.
Right.
So when men say something, we want respect. We want submission. Go ahead.
For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church.
Go ahead.
And he is the savior of the body.
So that, because that right there, hey, look, it say for the husband is the head of the wife. So the man being married to you, you owe him that respect. Go ahead. And it's crazy, you will choose that man and then say, I don't got to respect him. You chose him. And what is he talking about? You agreed to marry him. No one drug you to the, what's the thing? What they drag you to? In front of the pastor and them? The altar thing. Did nobody drag you up there? You went up there with, if you was in the world, probably wore a white dress. If you in the truth, you wore different colors, whatever it be, the beautiful garments that everybody be wearing. You volunteered. Now all of a sudden you don't got to give him that respect. Go ahead. Bang.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be own husbands in everything.
Nope, in some things.
In everything.
So if he tell you do something, it's supposed to be happily done. Happily done. Read on. Because remember, we're reading, the chapter is explaining verse 21. Read on.
Husbands, love your wives.
Look, sisters be shaking their head on this. This is the one where they go, love the wife. It's what it says. He do love you. That's why when he told you to take them pants off, what you argue with him for? Why you ain't put that dress and skirt on? Because he said, in my house, we going to do what the Lord said. What was the problem then? Huh? When he said, don't go out here and blow the money on all kinds of dumb stuff. Why you say, well, I want to spend it because it's my money. Whoa, wait a minute. It is. It's exactly how they get to the kingdom. Go ahead.
Even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
So the husbands, we got to love our wives. And we got to be prepared to die for them. This right here is how the man submit to the woman. Just like above it is how you women are to submit to the men. You submit to your husbands in everything. Us as men, we submit to you by protecting you. We watch out for you. Go ahead.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word.
We're going to guide you and teach you using the laws of God, allowing that to change you. Sisters, instead of bucking up against it, when the scriptures tell you do something, do it. Your husband's teaching you what the Lord is expecting from you. What's the problem? He's trying to save your life. He's trying to save your life. Go ahead.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Because he's trying to present you back to himself being perfect to him. So whatever goes on in this brother house might not be the same thing going on in your husband's house. You may have to do something different that wife in that house have to do. He's trying to make you perfect for him, a helpmeet for him, not a helpmeet for everybody else. You'll help me for that man, your husband. That's it. And if you sisters that are wanting to get married, understand this verse. When you start proving this stuff, no, y'all are not married yet. Sisters and brothers be walking around acting like they married already. Huh? Instead, get counsel on how to learn that man. Instead of thinking, you know what, I already know how to do this on my own. You've been wrong all your life. That's why you in here single now. Message. Go ahead. Unless, like I said, unless you're a widow. That's different because your husband might have passed away for, military, whatever, health circumstances, whatever. You may have been a good wife. We don't know. But for those of you, that's not you. Don't fit that bill. Go ahead.
Not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
Read.
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
You want a man to protect you? Because that's what Sister B want. I want security. That's what y'all want. A man that will provide that for you expects submission. That's what it said at the very beginning. A man that will do this for you expects submission and respect. Go ahead.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
And he that loveth his wife loves himself. Read.
For no man ever yet hated his own flesh.
Ain't no man ever let no man beat on him. Ain't no man ever let nobody kill him and just sit there and you just kill me. So if you want a man to protect you, watch over you, keep you safe, keep a roof over your head, submit. Instead of arguing and going back and forth and wishing evil on him. Can't make this stuff up. Sisters be thinking they Abigail. Abigail didn't wish her husband dead. Sisters be naming themselves after these sisters and then be the opposite. I tell you what God told me. Well, maybe that's who y'all want to be in the spirit. Lord's will you get there. Put it that way. Read on.
But nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord.
And I'm not saying, for those of you sisters that name yourself that you ain't that. I'm just saying. I've seen it. See, go ahead. Start back over right there.
But nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord, the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh.
That right there didn't tell you all your friends and family get to come in your marriage. That's why I say earlier when we read about single women keep women single, because a lot of our family members are jacked up and they want you to be jacked up with them before you're accepted in the family. It's kind of crazy how you come into the truth and you get married and then the family members will then ask, why did you do that? Mind you, the family members was helping you. And I've seen this happen on the women's side. Where the women in the truth, they close to their family. They single. In the streets. Doing whatever in the world they want to do. My daughter is such a beautiful daughter. She does everything. She's great. She got a degree, X, Y, Z. Soon as she get married to a brother that's in the truth, mind you, they've been helping her pay her bills and all this stuff, support her every time she falling hard times, you got to do it. Now, all of a sudden, coming to the truth, she married. Why you do that? It was cool when you was running the streets. Now you married? Nah, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have married. He trying to control you. You hear that from a lot of sisters. He trying to control me. He trying to control me. But she married. You ain't had to pay. You ain't get. So the parents ain't got to support you no more. The husband that you married is supporting you. Yeah. Well, what's the problem with the parents? Because our people are jacked up. That's why it said everybody ain't supposed to come in your marriage. It say y'all become one, not you and everybody else.
Right.
Because everybody else is going to try to deter you from being married. They're going to make it like you made a bad decision while you happily married. They over there mad, and misery loves company, as the old saying goes.
Right.
And they really don't, because after you fall out, they don't even talk to you anyway. Freaking ridiculous. Go to the last video. This last one? Yeah, let's listen. Let's watch that one right there. Yeah. Then we're going to go real fast. We'll finish on up.
As the wife, you have a unique ability to either make your husband feel deeply respected or deeply disrespected. If you choose the latter, then you are choosing to throw a grenade into the middle of your marriage. You are choosing to pull your husband down and the marriage along with him. That's the choice you make when you deliberately dishonor and disrespect him, when you intentionally make him the object of scorn and ridicule, when you emasculate and belittle him. A wife should respect her husband because he is her husband, just as he should love and honor his wife because she is his wife. That's the reason. That's how your husband earns your respect, by being your husband. You owe that to your husband. Now, you might say that your husband deserves it when you mock him and berate him and belittle him and nag him and scold him and parade his flaws around in public. But I would say that nobody you love deserves to be treated that way by you. And if you think in those terms, then you obviously don't love them.
Dang. That right there is cold-blooded. We've heard that before. When sisters, when their husband tell them something and they go back, they say, well, that's just how I am. That's hard for me to do. That's difficult for me to submit. And he deserved it. He did this, this, and this. What do you expect me to do? Hey, dang on boss told you to go over there and do that. You went over there and did it, no problem. Your husband tell you go do it, now all of a sudden, the way you said it, I don't like it. Just ask me. Versus tell me your boss asked you to turn in that goddamn work. You went, he said, I need this done by Friday. And you hustled and bustled until it was done by Friday.
Right.
Soon as your husband, I need you to go do this for me. Well, you can ask. Now you gotta, like he said, throwing a grenade in the marriage, because now he like, well, what in the world did I say so wrong? Now you want to bicker back and forth, bring up old stuff, everything else. Now he don't want you no more, because you do that every time. So we're gonna read some examples of what men are looking for. All right, Proverbs 14:1. We're gonna go real fast, officer. Go fast. I've been going for too long. All right, I'm supposed to been done. All right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Come on! Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands.
So a wise woman will build up her house. A foolish woman will pluck it down. Go to Acts 9:36. Acts 9:36.
The book of Acts.
You sisters that's single in the body, things like that, this is how the people should feel about you. Brothers come and ask for reports of you. This is how it should be. Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 36.
Come on!
Now there was at Joppa a certain disciple named Tabitha, which by interpretation is called Dorcas. The woman was full of good works and alms deeds which she did.
So this was a woman named Dorcas. When this woman passed, go ahead, read on.
And it came to pass in those days that she was sick and died, whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chamber. And for as much,
she passed away. Dorcas passed away right here. Go ahead.
And as for as much as Lydia was nigh to Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, desiring him that he would not delay to come to them.
So they went and got Peter, like, hey, I need you to come over here. This sister has passed away. She's done a lot for the people. A lot. So if you're the sister that don't do nothing for the people, nobody's going to talk about you like this.
Right.
Your report is not going to be this. So when men come and ask, hey, what is this sister right here doing about it? Nothing. I'm going to tell them the truth. Ain't nobody can sit up here and puff you up like you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. It's not going to happen. Because that's my brother. Why in the world would I give my brother a dud as you? Why would we do that? Nobody would do that. That means I hate my brother. Likewise, if sister asks us about brothers, I wouldn't lie to you about no brother because you my sister. No, that's not how that goes. But this sister had a good report to the point where when she passed, they was like, no, Peter, you got to come get her. We need her. That's how it should be. That's the reputation that y'all want. We ain't going to read all of it. Go to Luke 8, 1 and 3. 1 through 3, matter of fact. Luke 8, 1 through 3. Go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 1. And it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village, preaching and showing glad tidings of the kingdom of God. And the 12 were with him. And certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils.
So a lot of sisters go through that when they come into the truth. Y'all had demons on y'all when y'all was in the world, and then y'all heard the truth, and y'all decided to come in the building. Y'all decided to repent. Go ahead.
And Joanna, the wife of Chusa.
So these 2 sisters, go ahead.
Herod's steward.
Susanna.
And Susanna, and many others which ministered unto him of their substance.
And what these women did, they ministered unto Christ and the 12 of their substance, meaning they supported the troops.
Right.
We see all the signs, we see all of the stuff that happens and things like that when brothers go on different missions and things like that. That's a beautiful thing when brothers come back and they get that warm welcome from the sisters. That's what we're reading. Sisters that minister to the men, or when the sisters work in the kitchen to serve the men that go out to camp, or we look after the elderly in the body. Sisters make themselves available to make sure they straight, they good. These women right here got a good reputation. And it said before they had 7 demons on them. So they're not the women that they used to be.
Right.
They've changed. They ain't coming in here thinking that a man or anybody going to accept them or whatever, come as you are. They came and they changed. So they begin to then support the mission just like they were supposed to, instead of complaining, murmuring, bickering, making up crap, making up people hate me in their head, whatever in the world they be making up. They didn't do that. They saw that the men was doing the work, and they jumped on and said, you know what? All praises to the Most High. They get to repent, and they started supporting the mission too. That's how women are supposed to be in the body. All right? Go to Proverbs 31. Everybody like to read this chapter. Chapter right here, boy. I like this chapter too. It's a good chapter, great chapter. Like I say, sister, skip that first part. Verse 10. We'll start at 10. We're going to skip around because we're going to read the whole thing. We're almost done.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10.
Come on.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
And that right there is very important. A man must be able to trust his wife. If he can't trust you to go no goddamn where, you ain't gonna do what he say, and you accusing him of cheating, so he think we done went over all this. So what in the world he gonna start thinking? You arguing back and he gonna be like, that ain't the spirit, that ain't coming from me. That gotta be coming from somebody else. Eventually, that's where a godly man gonna go in his mind.
Right.
And then he ain't gonna want to fool with you. So he must be able to safely trust in you, because that makes you are above rubies, is what the scriptures say. You're priceless at that point. That man will actually die for you when he see you that way. Men ain't dying for no woman that's out here loudmouth, running the streets, all of that crap. That's not what men doing. Jump down, verse 20.
Verse 20. She scratcheth out her
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, go back. Verse 12.
Verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
That right there is the kind of woman that men in the truth are looking for. Men that come in the truth, they that are trying to get themselves right, y'all sisters got to be godly as well, because this is the kind of woman that he's looking for. You want to get married? That's what he want. Now jump down to 20.
Verse 20. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet.
Go ahead.
She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land.
Now, why would it say he's known in the gates? That's because everybody, when he's building up himself and has built himself up. But also, when a man has a good wife, other people notice it.
Right.
And when a man got a bad wife, other people notice it. They'll sit up there, man, that man going through hell at home, but God, dog. That's what it be. He's like, shit, but look, he about to get the text message right now. She ready to go right now. God, dog, it's known. But then it's the other way around. It's also known, hey, man, that man, you know that man white hooked them up, right? You know, hey, man, what you got in your snack bag? My snack bag over here, all I got is some water, bro. What you got? That's how it be. That's how it be. You know what I mean? He's known because of his works, but he's also known by the reputation of his wife, because it will build him up. Because if he's in order and got his house in order, that's determined on if his wife is in order. Brothers would be like, you know what? He got his house in order. It's because his wife is in order. Nobody sees an evil wife and then say, he got his house in order. Don't nobody do that. Nobody do that. All right, go ahead.
She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant.
It says she maketh fine linen and selleth it. All right, so she also worked with her hands, because you know it was a video, we ain't play it. I didn't even put it up there. Well, the sister was like how men expect women to submit, because how they gonna submit when they both working? I'm bringing in just as much as he is. Well, this scripture right here just said this is a working woman. But she still submit, though.
Right.
She still submit. So just because you got a job, just because you work 40 hours like he worked 40 hours, don't give you permission to say, well, it's 50-50, I don't have to submit to you. That is not in the Bible. And brothers, y'all sitting at home and y'all allowing this to happen and don't say nothing. Ooh. All right. No? All right. Read on. Brothers looking at me crazy now. Brothers looking like, damn. All right. Okay, I got to go home with him. Yeah, you do. She yours. Go ahead.
Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come.
It says she shall rejoice in time to come. Go ahead.
She opened.
Hold on. Why would she rejoice in time to come? Where is it at where God make a man the covering for the woman? What y'all talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Nah. See, huh? Let's read that one. This is why I got it. Isaiah 32. I ain't write it down at all. It is what it is. Where we at? Yeah, 2, verse 2. 32 and 2. Read that.
Isaiah. Was this Isaiah 32?
In verse 2.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2.
Come on.
And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind.
Oh, shoot. So, sisters, if you cold, you know why that woman gonna rejoice? Shoot, she got a covering. She ain't outside in the rain. Can you stand the rain? Go ahead.
And a covert from the tempest.
And the covert for the tempest, go ahead.
As rivers of water in a dry place.
Uh-huh.
As the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
That right there, that lets you know that the men That's why you gotta submit. A godly man is going to make sure you good. Go back to Proverbs 31 and 25 again.
Verse 25, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come.
So in the time to come, when those hard times come on everybody, because she was submissive, she ain't out here single, worried about, well, how I'm supposed to be taken care of. What was it? What was it? How many people got, how many sisters lost their job when these laws and stuff started changing? You know why the sisters that had a husband wasn't even worried about it? The sisters that got a husband and submitted, they wasn't even worried about it. They were like, well, shoot, I get to go home. Their husband was like, I told you to quit that job any goddamn way.
Right.
And so, look, she was able to rejoice and go right on to the crib with no problem. Versus the other sister at home, how am I supposed to be able to be on? I need a man. I should have got one of those videos. I should have found one of those where them sisters that leave their husband and be crying because the grass ain't green on the other side. Go ahead, read on down.
She opened her mouth with wisdom.
She opened her mouth with what?
With wisdom.
So her conversation is going to have wisdom in it also, this godly woman. Go ahead.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness. So she ain't going to be no mean-spirited woman. She ain't going to be walking around with an attitude, face all twisted up. That's not how that's going to go. That's not going to be this woman. So if you a Proverbs 31 woman, you know how brothers say the bubbly sister? You're going to be like that. You're going to be the happy sister, not the one that walk around like, wow, face like that all they got during time.
Right.
Why she always by herself? That's what Marshall say. Why she always by herself? She don't even like talk to nobody. She just sit over there by herself all the time. Mean mugging. We ain't reading about that type of woman. That's not who we just read about. All right? Last scripture. Proverbs 12:4. Proverbs 12:4. Was second to last scripture. I always like to end in Hebrews.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband.
A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. Go ahead.
But she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones.
So, sisters, y'all have a choice. You can either be a crown to your husband, or you can be rotten to his bones.
Right.
You have a choice to be which one of these. One of these get the kingdom and the other one don't. That just is what it is. Hebrews 2:1.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 2, verse 1. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip.
So listen, sisters, make sure y'all are not, if you're married, don't be them dragons at home. Don't be at home causing your husband a hard time when he out here trying his best to do what the Lord said. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it difficult for him, because then you'll become rottenness to his bones. And rottenness to his bones, you are slowly killing that man. Some sisters may think that's freedom. You don't think you're going to have to pay if it's your fault for killing that dude? You don't think you're going to have to pay for that? You're going to have to pay for that. But you also could be the crown to your husband also, to where you actually uplift that man. You actually help him live longer. So, all praise to the Most High. Make sure, sisters, y'all be godly too. You want a godly husband? Be godly too.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.